aha moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Boakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Boakai
Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes we can. And I, George Weah, said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, now set from July 29 to August the 2nd, in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony, featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tia Wanto, Mrs. Welamida Sadie Tar, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kabab, Councillor Garmonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moibab, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and Boxer, with FIFA World Best George Weah leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from July 29 to August the 2nd. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Weah. Be a part of the movement, be a part of the vision, be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org or contact the convention committee at 301-383-6874. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
anytime, they no go salam boy anytime. Your mamu and buy your baba call your way yo. Yeah, you went me how we were selling.
Live on the road in Monrovia, Liberia. We're speaking exclusively to the country's 25th president, George Manny Weah. What a story, Mr. President. I can't believe, I've never seen such a patient man before, by the way. I've never run into such a patient man. And I guess you need the patience to run a country like this. Do you agree?
Definitely, patience is virtues. You have to be patient, Jeff. I've always been patient. As I said to you, I was not the first pick in everything I do, but because of patience, I reached to where I am today. So patience is virtue.
Yeah, but let's face it, Mr. President, the expectations of your people are high.
Yeah, every government, people expect a lot, there's expectation, but I think, as I said, if we work together, we can meet those expectations. We can achieve it, because what we're trying to do is to build our economy. We want to promote the agriculture sector to create jobs for our people. We want to be self-sufficient, and want to attract direct foreign investment. And you see that you can see that I say road. And what I want to build the roads, even to connect out to Guinea and Ivory Coast and our hinterland, because we believe that agriculture can boom our economy. But if no road, how can you transport crops? So we're doing everything to make sure that we succeed. We're encouraging our people to pay their taxes, so we can help our country. And I think this is the way that our economy can grow. It's not the private sector. We have to promote the private sector because it's important for us. And I think we can get back on track. What happening today is a global trend. You look around you, we got major commodities like rubber and iron ore. Whenever it's scaled down, you have issues, So there are a lot of little issues that we can fix, like promote tourism in this country that can bring funds, So we need to invest in all those sectors. Without that, it's gonna be difficult. But what is important to us is for us to be self-sufficient. We are the oldest country, you said. Why are we not exporting? So we must invest in our agriculture sector. We got country around exporting cocoa and whatever. We have cocoa, we have palm oil. So I think with that, we can bring investment to our country, and then we can grow our economy.
Yeah, there's about 1 million Liberians living overseas, maybe more. We don't know. Would you encourage them as well? What would you tell them?
Yeah, no, I encourage them to come and do business. Just the other day, I think my first 3 weeks, I met the Liberian from the diaspora, and I gave them a challenge to come back to invest in the country. So we're still waiting for them. Those that, imagine, I asked Liberian, those that want to do factory, and they said that they encourage, they want to come back. We are still waiting. Since I proposed that, and nobody came forward yet. But again, there are a lot of things that need to be done. We need to promote the energy sector, because those that want to do factory, with that, they can help our economy to grow. Without promoting the energy sector, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. I want Liberians to come back home and work. And this is why I even propose the dual nationality, for Liberians to have chance, Liberians to have chance to be able to, leave the States and come here and stay, have the same rights, and this is a thing we're working on, because we have a lot of investors out there. They are all Liberians, and sometimes the rules, but I hope that they will understand, they will come. And sometimes you need to sacrifice, Jeff. I went to the States when I was done with the game. I went back to school, and then I decided to come back, to help my country. So I think, we are here ready, open our arms, our government's open to their expertise, and that's something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. And by the way, you could have stayed anywhere in the world. I mean, when that, after that 2006 election, you could have gone anywhere and said, you know what, forget this country. These people don't appreciate me. You could have gone. But you came.
No, I wouldn't have. Because Liberia is my country. I was born in this country. I was born in the capital, Monrovia City. You see, sometimes, the election doesn't determine my love for Liberia. I could go to election 10 times and lose. That would never give me the urge to break Liberia down, to even bring war against this country. I think this is my country. Even if I'm not president, I still have a place here. I have a part. My body, soul is here. I don't have to be anything, to love this country. And I love Liberia. I live here, and I'll always love Liberia.
Yeah. Is this your most difficult game as captain, Mr. President? Because, you captained many teams and you played difficult games. Now as captain of Liberia, is this your most difficult game?
What I can say, I can say the most difficult game, where people want to face quick, they want you to run with extra mile, they're not even looking at the tactics of what you're doing, they just want to see it, and I think if we are patient, as you said, patience is virtues, everything has been put in place. We want to obey rules, we have time that the roads will be built, and those roads that we're building already, some are finished, some in progress, but again, when people expect too much, all we have to do is that with our speed, we have to get on the pace that our people want. But our people have to understand that a government cannot do it alone. They can also help bring their ideas. And this is why I said the politicians also need to help, because when I'm not here, someone's going to be here. So it's a difficult task when some people don't understand, the developmental proceeding. But I think, other people are happy. Those that we affect their life positively, they're very happy.
So you don't regret running?
No, I don't regret. I would never regret. I don't regret of doing anything in my life. God gave me the possibility, the opportunity came, and You know, I didn't do anything. I didn't crook anyone to reach where I am. You know, I worked very hard. You know, I worked very hard. That's why in the previous elections, you know, I said for the sake of the country, you know, let us move on. Let us move on, and we're moving on. You know, and I have the opportunity because I know if I'm going to fight, the opportunity that's given me today was never going to be. You know, so I kept my people at bay, you know, keep giving them the message of peace and solidarity. We can work together, and they can trust me, you know. So this is what I got. This is where we are, and then we're doing our best to make sure that we develop our country, you know, and be cooperation, you know, and collaborate with other partners, and but you know. We are happy, you know, we're going to 2 years now. I think we've been working very well with our international partners. And you'll be surprised. For so long, women have been fighting, you know, for their own rights. And we're doing our best, you know, to help for our women to be part of our society, you know, and it's not what they say nowadays, but God knows, you know, we got a lot of women in our government, and we hope that more will come on board, you know, and just to encourage women to play a part.
Speaking of encouraging, what do you tell that little kid in the ghetto, in the slums, not just in Liberia, but across Africa? What do you tell them about where they can be? Because yours is a rags to riches, zero to hero story. Let's face it. I mean, I hope they make a movie about you one day. But what do you tell that kid in the slums today?
Well, I think the first thing I would tell them to be humble. You know, your upbringing, it should be humble. It doesn't matter where you live in the ghetto or not. You have to be persistent. You have to be hardworking. I think without hard work, and then you have to have the confidence. You know, it's not. I mean, self-confidence is important. You know, and because a lot of people put people down. Imagine me. Everyone I encounter when I was growing up put me down. I would never become anything. You know, sometimes you listen to this word, it motivates you. You know, it should not bring you down. So when people criticize me, it motivates me to do my best so they can see, you know, because that doesn't determine me, you know, because I know myself. And we were told to maximize our actual potential, you know, so whatever I do it to the best of my ability, and I have passion for it and do it. So the little kid in the ghetto, you have to be resilient, you have to be strong, you have a strong mentality, because people will meet you and tell you what you don't want to hear. It's not what they tell you, it's what you can do. You know, but again, you have to be civil, you have to be respectful, you have to be humble. And then you work hard, and then you can succeed. I was in Guinea the other day, and President Alpha Condé and myself, we just went to a group of kids that were just playing in a park. And he asked the kids, you know this guy? And the little boy said, yes. He said, what's his name? He said, Ballon d'Or. So the president laughed. He said, you see, I asked him if he know you, your name. He said, no, Ballon d'Or. Then he asked, who want to be Ballon d'Or? And then the smallest kid among them put his hand and say, I will be Ballon d'Or. You see, then I said to him, President Condé, this is how it started. When they asked us, who want to be like Pelé?
Yes.
I put my hand, I said, I want to be like Pelé. Yeah. And sure, I was not like Pelé, but I almost.
By the way, Pelé himself said that you are probably one of the, I think, top 10 players of the 20th century. That's what he said. Top 10 players he has ever. None other than Pelé said that.
Well, I'm humble, coming from the
greatest
of all time. I'm humble.
Yeah.
You know? But what I want to say to you, Jeff, you know, everything I achieve, you know, we still got people that don't believe that. They don't believe that. You know, they still criticize. They talk about Ballon d'Or. Even people in my own country say that, well, he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. You know, sometimes you just
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we are grateful that we have another opportunity where we can share with our people today. We want to welcome each and every one of you. Want to say thank you so much for always being there for us. So thank you for always being there. I'm sorry. We are doing too many things here. We're presenting at the same time. You have the other people on the other side doing their own thing. So it's a lot. But I hope that we can complete this today. I hope that stop for there. Yeah, so we hope that we can all have a wonderful time here. A lot of things we're going to be discussing today. I hope we discuss a lot. I hope. But there are just too many things that are happening that we cannot ignore. Too many things are happening that we cannot ignore. And these things are of national concern. In fact, not just national concern, but they are of international concern. And it's very important that we discuss them. Let's welcome our brother Jake. Stop.
Yes, yes, Prince, thank you. And to the followers, great respect to the followers. As always, you have please help to share this video. Sharing is free. And thank you, Prince.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry there's going to be break in transmission,
Yeah, no problem.
not easy.
I
We are
know.
doing different thing here. Yeah, it's not easy. But I know there are a lot of things happening in Liberia that is not only of national concern, but it's of international concern. The world is concerned about what is happening in Liberia. And at this time around, it's not a good sign for us as a people. We saw the recent MCC report, that is the Millennium Challenge Corporation report, that talks about, you know, a complete total breakdown in the rule of law,
Mhm.
according to the report. It also points out a serious deficit in good governance, that we have a serious problem. It talks about police brutality, etc., etc. I remember the Unity Party when they were in opposition. One of the serious campaign that they ran, or one of their talking points all over the place, was this issue of drugs. To the extent that Jeremiah Kuhn, on one of the platform, I will get the video, I will bring the video here. Jeremiah Kuhn said, Honor President Weah, that Liberia was like the headquarters for drugs. That's what Jeremiah Kuhn said. That Liberia was a drug center. And according to them, the premise that once they are given an opportunity, they will ensure that drugs will be no more in our country. 4 years going in their regime, Joseph Newman Boakai took a drug step. He began by this deception where they said the issue of drugs will be fight vigorously They will fight it. They will ensure that they get rid of drugs business in the country. To our greatest surprise, it was the people themselves start to complain. I mean, the ordinary people who these people convince and say, vote for us. When you vote for us, we show that your children will be secure because we fight to the letter. We ensure that all of you who will vote for us, this thing about drugs will be a thing of the past, according to what they told the ordinary people. But later did the ordinary people get to know that it was all just rhetorics. In fact, according to them, the issue of drugs escalated. In fact, they had, so to speak, they had different one now. The one that came, in fact, was worse than even what was there, or the one that they were fighting to eradicate. The one that they were able to bring under this particular unity party led government, according to the ordinary people, they say they want a 4 hour more now, a worse than ever before. That is not just me saying, that is the ordinary Liberian people saying that. I mean, the ordinary people. I want to play a video here and I want us to listen to this and then.
Rescue. Man, you say the market? Yes. I'm selling it. Yes. I'm selling it. You see, so I see food call it food press. The way up, you're not going to see ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another press. When you come, you buy a different press. So the money I can put in face. You buy snapper 14,000. When we do snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. That woman, we able to scare our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all, we not got more from the South God. And that business we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze. So the drugs are to you? A rampant now, a more than rampant. Okay. They see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze. So the drugs are to you? A rampant now, a more than rampant. Okay. The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
And Brother Jake, you're listening to the sister. And that is not only her, it's the concern of almost every Liberian. That the issue of drugs has escalated, gone up. It now worse in the country. We've been hearing that the LDA has been arresting drugs. Unfortunately, when these drugs are arrested, according to people, they are put back in the market. These guys will resell them to other people. They arrest drugs from point A and carry all the way to point Z and sell it there. People have been accusing the LDA. The LDA will arrest drugs. At the end of the day, what becomes of the person who they arrest the drugs from, nobody will know. We were all sitting when we heard that there was a $19 million drugs, almost 3 trillion Liberian dollars worth, was arrested at the airport. According to the LDEA, they are saying the drugs did not come from outside. It was from in Liberia going to England. There is a company that is there that was transporting or was sending that drugs. My brother Jake, let's hear from you on this issue of the drugs that was just uncovered. That the Liberian government is still tight-lipped. They don't want to name anybody. They don't want to call anybody, and they are still playing games around. Let's hear from you. What do you make of this?
Yeah, thank you. And once again to the followers, respect to you people, you have to share this video. Prince, you played this video concerning our sister, but we've been playing video your followers. On the first year, the just God that indicted the whole unity party that is sacked. He told people from the branch of the executive, the leader, judiciary, everybody get they involved with the judge story. So let me tell Liberians here, the followers. There was the Zoko phrase at the news today on this guy that taking drugs in the country. It came from the same Unity Party 1.0, Ellen Johnson Selly. They phrase that particular Zoko, Z-O-Z-O-G-O. They phrase it for the poor people that were taking drugs in the country because we are a fragile nation. So just being the order of the day concerning the Unity Party since early. So all that thing they were doing, they were diverting the plane, they were lying the corridor, George we are. They were the same people that were setting these jobs at that time, beating the government. But see, under that watch, and the president, they paraded in the country, say no to jobs. They pay a lot of people to come on the street to march. The president in the ceremony, the first lady, everybody say no to job. They pay artists, all these people, they brought them, they were in our clothes. You remember recently, say no to jobs. What happening now? How can a $19 million you bust that kind of jobs at the international airport? Then they hauling everything, they seating everything. But I don't blame them. Prince, I'll be honest here. We get weak opposition. You're lucky or not. What part of the world you see a 19 million or every country that receives massive jobs, they will parade our people. The government will be implicated. So we got weak opposition and not taking the challenge to the international community. So the person of George Hobner. Like this, I told you people something here, but you're not playing. You the CDC, not playing the game, or the opposition, not playing the game the way this guy was playing the game with you people. The people march for so-called 16 billion missing money. They lay lies until that organization got to come. They investigated that thing. There was nothing they call, according to Crow, there was nothing they call 16 billion missing money. If you interview Liberians in the country, I will speak now. They will still believe there was something called 17 billion missing money. They got them bombarded the international community everywhere for 16 billion, $25 million mopping, so large. It's prayer in our country. They were talking about 19 million at the airport. Prince, the opposition is weak. We say it, they're getting weaker. I think we in 3+ years into the people presidency. The people will be facing the weight by now. Every newspaper then, what is CDC hierarchy then? You think that Muya in Morovia? No, that's the game plan. They say, I tell you people here, I think on a different club, maybe probably like why I think different. You do me, I do you. Newspapers will be running with that story now in the European community. America, everywhere. It's on job hub now. You finish forgetting Ronnie C, then you just say Libraries of money, it's a hub for money laundering. I remember a video. Ronnie C, the front page Africa newspaper manager, went on the Spoon TV. I still remember that video. I was angry. I came to debunking. He told Liberian people that because know what you were having with the SG, Alatan, Sereno, C4, they were reading from Call Law. The videos are there. They see Radio Kigali, they call Spoon Talk. They were framing Liberia on Georgia to be the hub for money laundering. If any country you're hot for money laundering, nobody want to do business with you. Nobody want to do business with you. So these are the story the guy was selling on the international community. Then they posted a $90 million just story, soccer, training topic in the whole Republic of Liberia. The CDC put in, having on a press conference whatsoever. No, it's not enough. The opposition leader, George is in New York. He's in America. He meeting, he got Ifatino name. He just met. Who introduced him to that podium? That the mayor of New York, Madani, he introduced George. When George was giving that small message to the Liberian, to the American people concerning the World Cup, the baller and the players in America. Lead the World Cup story. Lead the World Cup. Now your peaceful posture is too much for y'all. It's too much for y'all. Let me tell you something. You need to do the same game plan the Unity Party do. Let's see. Now they can see the Labrador get it. So now one woman born Christian child. Now one woman born Christian child pray. That will lack it all now. That the reality. You're gonna start holding this guy responsible too now. They start flashing things. These are only what doing propaganda. They went to Congress, they went to places with people, with documents, talking about war crime code, all these things then. But how can a $19 million drugs busted? They parade these people. The whole government compromise. Then they see that guy said on the Liberian judge, something that the executive branch and all these people involved followers. CDC making me nervous. I cannot lie. They can say, well, no. You gotta hold the boo by the home. This guy play the same nasty game, the top of the government. They change him. The government change him. Then this kind of thing I have to hold into the international community, fleck it to all your donors, to all your partners you are dealing with. Just like you ruled the country before. You and your surrogate rule this country. You rule the country, you still get connection with all these people. Put this thing outside, see, yeah, the people that were lying on me. That is people that were lying on my government. They crippled my government with lies. But a $19 million job busted on the airport. But no, the government sealing all these things. These are credible evidence. The videos are there. During your time, they were lying, they were manufacturing propaganda. But this time is different. That's why here we don't preach propaganda. It's time to take the Unity Party to the game plan. The same game they get. It's time to take it to them. I don't know. You're delaying. You're wasting a lot of time. 3 years plus now. 2027, another 2 years now. You got to damage these people the way they were damaging you people. The fair game be on. Oh, so only you love this country? That only you love the country? When the Unity Party, they never wanted to see anything viable for the nation. Everything our negative. Building roads, all these things were negative. They call it sour road. That road will eat, that hospital will eat. They were talking about the bread and butter issue. You hear them talk about the bread and butter issue in Liberians? CDC. And the CDC people making me nervous now. They're making me nervous. I see why a lot of people in the corridor, they really believe the CDC anymore. Muya in Monrovia can sing the song. The game is played outside Liberians. What Muya in Monrovia? You're going to party headquarters there, having it nothing. No. You're pinch the people from outside. No international community to put forth in that country. The same game plan. The same game plan. I told you solely about people that can bully people. They bully you guys for 4 good years to 5 to 6 years. Then your whole power Top people that I know that the president has, top government officials from different countries in the wings of the president. They are personal person to the president. I can name over 20 top people that are ruling top government now in the international world. Then you slide all this thing on the water. When Guinea is on our land, they saying nothing. They busted this kind of jobs, but the only wish hunting, we can ask a recovery. Only wish hunting they do opposition. Bringing Samuel to justice for no reason. Why a member of the security? Why that particular thing you were doing? It was for security reason. They dragged that guy to court. They wanted to find guilty to put him in prison. Then Samuel 20, all of this, just all the connection you people have with the World Bank, all these people, then you're letting these people to slide at that. I would say a year again. I would say a year again with no fear and favor. A CDC now ready to take this fight to this unity party. You don't waste thousands of millions of people's time. It's not about we will take it easy. No, they never took it easy. The people get bigger plan beyond 2020 now. And the plan, you not start holding them by now. What the international community will start letting them to know. Then when you will get your plane, then your plane will be weak at that time. And nobody will listen to you people. The people ran with 16 billion missing money. Last in the corridor, the president should step down. Henry Costa Lela June 7 la protest. The people that bring their own capital bailing because they wanted to change Speaker Kofa. The war saw that brain of the bailing. Today, la brains are sedition or people that support the former president. These guys are impressing. I will speak. How many years now? They can't let this guy out of the prison. They get new regime speaker. The guy that died in prison already, going to 4 years, whatsoever years. Every time they ready, Gregory Coleman will respond you. He ready to crack down on sedition. I said one thing before. Some of the things will come to pass. I tell people, I say all the great officials in the Republic, all the officials that were with CDC, you should be very careful concerning your own home. I told you all the things coming. I see the guys were playing drugs. They were playing drugs to implicate all of you one by one. The strategic people there, all the former ministers, even those that support the CDC that in the legislature. You gotta be mindful, you gotta be vigilant. By 2027, the political gaming lab will be nasty. AI will be involved. Only AI. Before you go look, they finish cracking down on you. AI on another level. AI is on a top level. Not that stupid AI like when people are talking about. It can crumble any political leader. They were playing serious AI. They get computer hacker. They get genius there. You can never detect the artificial intelligence now on another level. Even the world getting scared now. Say, even Elon Musk, the world richest man, are into all these things other day. They giving somebody having second thought now. Even the Pope Leo, the new Pope, even all of them flagging it. AI will be another war that will rage in Africa to crack down on opposition, to crack down on opposition leader. The latest artificial intelligence is crazy. It's crazy. I just warning people outside there. The former president should be very careful. The United Party can do anything to retain power. They got a whole day. 19 million, if they cannot parade somebody tangible. How many days gone now? How can you They paraded small bucket raw. Just for small thing. Then you say, but you confiscating nothing. It should be an international airline. It should be an African airline. West African airline. Newspaper in Africa should carry. Even PP corresponding in. It's a $19 million. So Liberia now is a drop hub. Liberia, CDC. You need to catalog. I say your battle Apple or Samsung Apple or Apple. Your catalog, all the mishap, all the things these guys are doing, you're presenting to your international community. Video, they did the same dirty job to you people. They sold this propaganda lies to the international community because they wanted for billions of dollars to come or millions of dollars to be infused in the country because Georgia will develop the nation. So what they did, one of the biggest strategies the guys are playing was to stop money flowing from outside. So they're damaging the image all places in America. And these are facts they did. But this time, we get videos upon video. Rules of law, the President Trump, that's why I say comparison now in the making. During that time, they were just lying. They never presented video to the international community. They even lie with them. They even lie until the American ambassador, the one that was part of the NEC, Malcolm McCarthy, was making a lot of ugly statements until he realized it was late. They sold the propaganda. Running CNN all in bed with the propaganda. That so-called front page Africa where nobody will buy. The rate is in the toilet. You're not even making nothing. Nobody talking about print paper anymore. No, everybody have phone in their hand now. So the way Ronnie CNN lied during the 6th year of George Weah, every time you get head pieces. He used all this the other stupid medical Jennifer Pay lady that was corresponding to BBC, lying all in the corridor. So head pieces. Today someone get reward. Crumbling the country. Looking at Liberia, on Georgia, Liberia is a hub for money laundering. Well, you didn't even have even your whole country don't even have $5 billion in your banking institution. They got one spoon to lie in the country like Liberia is a hub for money laundering that no international partners should come. You know who the hub of? I don't know Ronnie CNN. I know many tattered general. They say they win a war. How can you win that? Why you winning a war? You're not credible. I challenge Ronnie CNN. They're not credible. Not because they get stupid newspaper, because they gullible society. What can read pieces last? I'm calling fake newspaper. Lie. Can't say Labrador was a huff. Your betting institution get $5 billion. You know what they call? You know they call huff for money laundering? Like places like England, where all the Saudi billionaire, the Russian oligarch, they save that money. Qatar places, you pinpoint it. But Liberia, on a George Weah, you spread that gibberish in last one spoon. After that day, I look at the Ronnie CNN. I said, but wait, Liberia people, you're novice? How can you get respect for this novice here? That's why I print newspaper on the water. Nobody buy it. It's sinking because they lie in the corridor. They can call it fake news whatsoever. Today now, 19 million busted on the airport. They can parade nobody. They left with the CDC. They shouldn't slap. You present this thing to the international community. Tell them, Honor Joseph Boakai, Liberia is a hub for money laundering. I mean, for drugs now, hub for drugs. Let it show these people. You pressure them. They paraded. Say no to drugs. Lying on the former government that they were bringing all these drugs in the country. Your borders are weak. All your borders weak. Sebelung Liberia weak. In Guinea, Liberia weak. All your border lands are weak. Then you were parading. Yeah. come and hunting you people. So that reality, followers, if they don't show that people concerning the judge next week, you'll take the fight on the international community. You'll publicize all these things. You'll go to your partners then. And nobody will do business with them because why? They won't be transparent. How you say no to drugs? They say drugs are in the country. 19 million drugs are leaving the country. Going where? Who they play us in the game? Who are these guys sending this princess is sending the drugs to England? How the boss said that drug? They won't parade nobody because our big hands are inside. Big hands are inside. But CDC need to take the fight in every form to this guy. You're relaxing. You're relaxing too much. The people crumble you. They use the media. They use all their stooge to come on social media. Then they pay all the journalists in the country. Majority were against the CDC. Only few, like the Abraham Gossin William, the Abu Sherry, then the KOK, the Sekou Sherry, the Banner FM. These are the guys that were aligned with the CDC preaching, fighting these other guys then. Imagine everywhere radio station. But these guys were combating these guys. I want to tell people here, if the president returned after the World Cup, they need to pay homage to this guy. They must call these journalists and give them that flower. Give them serious flower. They were in bed since day one until now. They stay in bed. They stay fighting, risking their life. Risking their life. The people want to tremble and want free speech. I told you people something here, but the CDC people are too gullible. You know what? If I think not to George Weah, let me say something here tonight. I wanted to keep it finally by getting a balling, so that's why I want to let the cat out of the bed. You think George Weah is a small player? You know what? If I think not to Donald J. Trump, you're sitting down here, you're letting dummy United Party and breaking all the rule of law. Greco-Common and family all around the world. They're cracking down on people. Donald Trump, here's what they call, he don't let for people to trip on one's free speech, to hunt opposition because you were hunted before by the Democrat. They hunted him before. They lie on him. The lies upon lies. He hate these kind of people. He will crumble any country. The Democrat wish one thing, you're lucky or not. A reality, how he came back to power. They stole the election in America during COVID. They said he came back. He knew that he won that election because they had the media on the Democrat. I would say it. The whole liberal media was supporting the Democrat. Who they had in power? They had Joe Biden, a senior president. The reality falling everywhere. Look at America now. Look at the differences. You can probably get your differences against Donald Trump. I don't care. But because you know his policy. Then you're looking, the men that were witch hunted. They stole the election in Liberia through the same Democrat and today. So through the same Democrat and today. Then you're letting 83 years old man breaking all the rule of law. You're going to complain to him. You're going to complain the Western world. You're not putting your barricade against the guys there that they feel the pinch also. Now one can play the game. They get I think get some kind of movie like that. Now one can play the game. All of can play the same nasty game. Me, I say I come from a different society because I live my life in Europe. I live in Europe here. So I got a Sicilian idea, I got an Italian idea. That the reality. They left for you, CDC. They left for you people. They left for you people. So before Prince can Prince Ralph, let me go to a topic I wanted to discuss. After the draw story, it dear to me, I would say to Sidisha, and they like it or not, they won't listen, they won't listen, je m'en fous. Let me say this. I'm here now. When some are not on social media during those years, well, if they're looking aside and see these people spreading lies and propaganda, but think of Prince Sherry on the Palava Hall that we can relay video to combat other people. We're not just talking. I want to make the platform one of the best platforms because we don't relay video. We don't play video from past and present. Unity Party, George Weah, even though Charles said one day we'll play some to compare. When get thousands of files of video that we can compare notes and the followers will decide. Yeah, like what we say, we don't preach propaganda. But let me say this to the CDC as we're going forward. I said my own opposition. Me, and now you see, I'm a member of CDC, and I'm having membership card, and now we are ashamed. I know the former president. I like him. I'm a great fan of the president. I know him long time. I follow his policy. I like his idea. He was a game changer because he got the benefit of the society that why they never gave him a second term. If the Liberian people decide they should fight to give him Georgia 2.0, 6 years, or probably 4 years to implement, to finish what you are planning to do for the country, to see the difference in 1847. I told people there's no parley. You're lucky or not. We are all Liberians. You're lucky you're highly. You're lucky you're being denial. We're all from our soil. There's nobody fingerprint more than George Weah, the Republic of Liberia. The person that was coming close, the person that George Weah tapped a little bit, I would say it, the late Samuel do, because they never gave him this chance. They spread the same propaganda, gibberish. At that time, there was no social media. And today we get spreading that civil war. They spread the gibberish in the same Washington, D.C. because they wanted power at that time. And the Godable Society fought for it, and they fought that civil war that took over almost 300,000 people's life. Disability engulfed the nation. We stayed a fragile nation, picking all the pieces. But in modern time, with social media, they play the same game. Samuel Doe 2.0 on George Weah because the place he come from. He's not part of the so-called deep states. He came from a native background, so they couldn't allow it. And all of them came together and blindsided the native people. And today, they in the rim of, they are the power now. What they have changed? They don't address your bread and butter issue. Hospital, nothing, health, crumble on our watch. Nothing changing now. I'm 40 years plus in the rainy season. 4 years now. After the rainy season will be 4 years. Because in rainy season, you cannot develop. But this is where I've come to. I told you people, the lie on Samuel Doe. I never see a country that traveled like this before. Since I've been alive. Since I've been reading life. Even during Tubman, President would never even saw. Tribalism on steroid. I never see it. The LeBron scheme is so rest in peace. He wrote it in that grave, that reality. He said it in video. That Boakai was troubled, improving. The man is seriously troubled. For over 50 loafing in the government. Over. Majority from a kinsman, the tribe DC. He marching. Just as Joe said it. Our had alignment with the CDC, Thomas Falane, other than going back home to that tribal leader. There is the game playing. Liberians, you're listening in my keep my video. Jeremiah Kun, he's not a member of NDR. He resigned from the MDR. This message is going to people of Nima County. This is my video. You can just clip it off. You can send it to anybody in Nima County, all the top Nibalians. Let me bust your bubble. Let me bust your bubble now. This is for the county they call Nima County. When you hear about Quendi mission all through the days, Nima County, listen to me. Let me listen. You're listening for Nibadian. It's making you must spread it to the Nima people. If you can go to radio station and care, I would let the cat out of the bag. They want listening, they were listening. They want listening at our business. It's serious. The scene Liberians used to be lying Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson will travel. Now knowing the real tribal chief is Joseph Nima Boakai, the president of our country. I see why you want to talk about unification to unite the country, because he totally believes in tribalism. The late Bronskin and La, the videos are there. You can only do your own research. Tomo Fala, let me tell you, he's a golden child now. The Unity Party. You are listening carefully. All of you are traditional people in Nima County. If you break cola, we're all traditional people. If you break a cola with your son or to break cola with somebody on a live television or whatsoever or traditional way, is serious. Tomo Fala now position himself to be the darling boy of the Unity Party because of Boakai. He's a chosen one now. Boakai finished selecting his Tomo Fala now. That's why they get nimble. So what they're trying to do now, Liberians and Nibalians, they believe Tomo Fala will get in Lofa County. Then Jeremiah Kun, when he become vice presidential candidate or presidential candidate, he will get Nima. But he bust that bubble, Jeremiah Kun, and all that plane. I'm telling CDC here now. If anybody can send my message to represent Senator Coker, now man will take the lucky or not. Joe William P. Samuel Coker as the vice presidential candidate will play like tribal cat. We will know who put water in cooking on. We will know Jeremiah Kun Nima County. Let me bust your bubble. Coker is related to Prince Johnson, who eliminated Prince Johnson who was under the Unity Party. When Joseph Boakai was telling your Liberians, I will dance with the devil to come to power. You open your eye. I'm a spiritual person. There was no devil you were talking about. You have seen devil followers? The devil you were talking, I'm talking about the rainbow spirit. The devil you were talking about is Prince Yelu Johnson, the godfather of Nima County. They honor that wash. He brought them to power because why? He do the dirty job in Nima County because he left the CDC at that time. The MDR and the CDC were together. But because of disagreement, a money problem, what we're seeing today, a superintendent died in Nima County. A superintendent have died in Nima County. That they lied to the Nibalian that Georgia never did nothing for the Nibalian people, not knowing $12 million were allocated in Nibalian caucus. They received that money. We've seen the documents now all flying all over Liberia. And they lied because they wanted power. Prince Joseph lied especially. Georgia breaking drugs, he never did nothing. Not knowing $12 million already were there. So they pin that picture concerning CDC. And Jeremiah Kun resigned from the MDR. So who is the head? Who is the godfather in Nima? It's Samuel Coker. If you look at Samuel Coker's posture, I know him personally by lacking. You know what lacking? They may know how to talk. I listened to a recent interview concerning the next boss. Well spoken, collective, calm. You gonna get my video to Coca. Coca, you the next vice presidential candidate to CDC. You like it or not, I will campaign for you. Listen, you know that you get. I was sitting here tonight that will surprise people. Samuel Coca will be surprised. You don't know me. I don't know him. Samuel Coca, you hear audio from Prince Yelu Johnson before Yelu could die. Am I lying? You get a damaging audio. You Samuel Coca, the audio is in your possession. But one thing I will tell the Balian and those that love Samuel Coca, Mr. Coca, I don't know you. They call me Jake. Please buffer your security. Hearten your security, Mr. Samuel Coca. Put your security on a level, not a level. You will say, but who that guy? Mr. Coca, I don't know you don't know me. But you the next vice president of the Republic of Liberia. CDC won't like it, they won't get in our feelings and our business. When you can choose Joe Howard Taylor to be vice president, we can pick Joe Howard Taylor here. This political war we're fighting, you will remember my video name. I this for Liberian people. Anybody that have on the platform for Nima, you share it, please. There you go to Coca. Coca buffer your security from now on to 2029. Don't be vulnerable. You the next vice presidential candidate of CDC. Jeremiah Kun resigned from the unit from his MDR. He flesh member of the Unity Party. He got one alignment with the MDR. The MDR and CDC get a similar ideology. That just because something happened, we put that one to bed. Let me see. If Samuel Coca become vice presidential candidate, let me see how the Unity Party will win Nima County. Because you know why, Liberian? Samuel Coca, I'm telling you, have an audio on your late reality, your cousin whatsoever. You will be surprised how I get to know. And another audio from Prince Johnson again. There are two audio circulating. There are two audio that never released in the Republic of Liberia. Samuel Coca get one, and George Mane Weah get one. George Weah should have met Prince Johnson on a Saturday. The president said, I will not believe how I know this one. He saw me Prince Johnson on a weekend. Before meeting Prince Johnson, he passed away. Prince Johnson called the president, the former president, for them to meet. The president agreed to meet Yelu. Facts. Two audio, damaging audio. The president get one, Samuel Coca get another audio, different from the president one. Samuel Coca, Nibalian, you please tell Samuel Coca he will be the next vice president of the Republic of Liberia when CDC decide. A CDC, a sedition, you shouldn't be gullible. You're listing small to other people. You're not getting ego out. Not only you get the ego out. Some of them in the realm of the spirit, talking about power here. With the people holding Lofa County, they're planning themselves for Lofa County. Some fella believe he can be a vice presidential candidate to Jeremiah Kun. Then Lofa will be sealed. It will not take somebody from Nima County. And I Coca we won. And I Coca I won. I don't get a lot of Nibalian. No. We want a hard player. I want the player that knew the depth in that country, that was moving with his cursing, in reality. Coca then knew how the election went in Nima County. You're lucky or not, that back on be back on. I just put in my own outside. One day you will remember my video name. You say, yes, they can sell it to us long time, but we fakao. No president. Okay, follow your name one presidential candidate. Only for George, we are 2029. Pisakoka. You put that name in there. Follow us. Follow us. Your lead Nibali. Follow us. You're sure your not sugar code. No sugar code. You're naming one presidential candidate for 2020, vice presidential candidate to match with George. We are 2029 again that we can see the election. You're naming one. You're naming your own list here. I say I know the reason. The preparing Joseph Boakai will be 86 years old. You are listening carefully. You'll be 86, 2029. Even it won't carry coca, and the people take Nima and they take Lofa in order to play the maneuver. Children of the hour, Jeremiah will be the next president. Then you will select Tomo Fala as his vice presidential candidate. Wait, so Coca too will be Senator Chua on the left. He pledged allegiance to Jeremiah Kun, where ono that was a cousin lost and let nobody do up or renowned Prince Johnson for Nima Kante. He died. No government do up to say nothing happened to know a real death. They took it under the road Nibadian just for you people. Now another person died in Nima Kante again. They say from pressure. How can they breathe from pressure? Why they told you people that Georgia never did nothing for Nima Kante? About $12 million funds went on. They ate that money that grumpy. CDC, you're lucky. You're gonna do your thing. I'm saying it. We're playing the political that the game playing. They take Nima. They take Lofa. We take Nima. Our vice presidential. When Coca on a ticket, when know the terrain, you always former, you were left cursing. They know what the terrain. Let me answer a question. How Coca won't Senate? Wait, you think Coca now will be powerful too? You think Coca too that will be in the Senate? Coca state. Let me tell you something. We're looking for people. CDC need to engage the MDR. Let me say, not disrespect to other Nibalan with the CDC. I know you always talk about Garrison Yelu, they all these people. Garrison Yelu, yes, they work with CDC. They work part. They get up. I will be honest to your ear. A Garrison Yelu, they hardly span the team. Why they never convinced Prince Johnson? CDC need to engage the MDR. Jeremiah Kuna part of the MDR. He member of the Unity Party. He left the MDR and got to Unity Party. We need a MDR. You whole day, you remember they having press conference. The press conference was solve the thing. They're gonna tip under the bus. The daddy job got to start from outside too. God will not wreck the election. You need to plug people now. You need to lay it there. That in case you're gonna set the ground where that will not wreck the election. That international community will spend millions of dollars to fly in a lot of people. You're gonna set the ground job. I tell people, I get a 5-page dossier, secret dossier, I will give to the president, former president, and no sedition will stop me. I live in the Western world. I get my dossier. I tell you something yet today. You're gonna take it to the bank. You say, JCL a long time. 2028 election in America depends on 2029 in Liberia. You will not know why I'm ready. I get my dossier. 2028 election in America determine 2029 in Liberia. I know my reason. Then when it happened the way I want, I daily unity. They can't even drink your teeth. I get a 5-page dossier to give it to the president. I said, look at this. All the thing I've been doing, this. Let me tell Liberians here. You know what, Joshua? Know me personally, chronic. I'm a whistleblower for the former president. I used to look I will locate error. You know, a lot of people not respect it in that. I'm a chronic whistleblower. I mean, say, well, two people in the Unity Party know my story. Some people have come to me. Say, Jake, nothing. No. I love the president. I tap in his blessing. He get pure heart, no matter what you people think. I did a piece of job for the former president, his group. They didn't compensate me. You'll get some other people be bashing. No, I laid my life in Europe. My time will come. My time will come. Leave compensation. Because he had work to do. A lot of people were thinking here. You know, everybody was doing different things. Now, the curtain is open now. The president seeing everything. Now, what I tell people, Joshua 2.0 will be different. You will never believe it. At that time, you are not grown. You are little bit. You not know it too much. But now, he said that, sir, it's like Donald J. Trump. You cannot tell me Donald J. Trump are novice now. He's seasoned politician, businessman. He know the weakness. He know the fake people, the loyal people. He know it now. That's why nobody can leak from his government. No leakage in his government, in Donald Trump's government. No leakage. You go there, even the press don't know his move. The so-called liberal media don't know his move. No, he don't implement it before they go know he happy. Look at the man. I'll just go. Let me just divert a little bit. Look at the man tell the whole press yesterday in the Oval Office. While I was going on Iran, 22 million tons of oil. He took oil while the Iranians sleeping, shape their gold. He busted to the press. All our press, when they say they know about leaking things. He is said to the war yesterday. You got a video in the Oval Office when you were signing out $170 million, 70 billion bill concerning other things that in the Oval Office. Go on YouTube. Go to that one. He said, "On darkness, we're taking our oil." Doing the first thing, they will leak to the media. I just saying something. In Okron now, I see what Georgia will be 2.0. That bureau, I will say it today, followers, fan of CDC, sedition, we are ashamed. We are together. No matter it, we should no differences. We are together. 2028 election in America depends on 2029 in Liberia. We will play that game outside here. But sedition need to be tough. That's my own claim. Maybe probably people will differ. People will get differences. But if we want to win the election, you think out of the box, spiritually, every form. Jeremiah Kun, you know why he believed that he get Nima County? No, he not get Nima. He get one Nima County. He will lie to the Unity Party. So we're taking the original son from Nima County. We were taught to Garrison Yelu, all these people. When they win, maybe they can be minister, they can be this, they can be ambassador. Yes. We'll all surround. MDR will be part of the CDC. They need to make that move quick. Because Jeremiah couldn't resign. He eyed the presidency in every form. He believed he would deliver. Now he delivered Nima. Prince Johnson delivered Nima. But see how he went the body? Who is the Liberian next vice president? Who get, who not well, like he not scary. He know how to talk. He composing himself. He's a vice presidential material. If you look at Coca video now, CDC Yamana made a mistake. They will take Lofa, they will take Nima, they will fight the political game with other countries. Grand Cayman, they will not even put for in Grand Cayman because you know what? Greco Common carry police then there to kill the Cayman, they kill these people from Cayman County. There is nothing you will tell the people from Cayman to vote for Joseph Boakai. Monserrato Pa will fight. Monserrato already, if you look at the opinion pool in Monserrato County now, majority will, because they're not solving the bread and butter issue, they're lying to the corridor. You think any people that are riding back will support these people? Everybody that fighting for their left will support these people? No, they will not support these people. Grand Basso, Georgia Man Basso, we talk to Nyamli Kankane. Listen, the political game is in CDC here, but they need to play the spiritual game. We are Coca will take Nima, Tomofala take Lofa for them. Because the way I see them preparing Lofa is the no-go zone, Liberia. See, this you can bring your Jefferson Kochi, you can bring your Molu, you can bring all these children from Lofa to go to Lofa. When Himale, the Interior Affairs Minister can fight Tomofala, almost kill Tomofala and his family. And people die in that place for Lofa County Bende because Tomofala were putting on numbers in that era. Then imagine all they joined together with Sir Joseph. They go to that father, the tribal father. Then you say, well, now do I want a tribal team? Why you lie? You say, oh, somebody don't want a tribal man. Taking only people from Southeast or big area with different counties. We play that tribal game. They started a tribal game. And see, they don't want to listen to me. They will point their finger and say, yeah, that guy talk a long time. That is the game. Coca is false presidential material. Like what I tell the followers here, you need me, you bring your own people now who can be vice presidential candidate to George Weah. Now we rest my case. Then we'll have that debate outside of the platform. So Prince, I put in the outside there. Beside that, another top man have died in Nima County again. They silencing him. They silencing. Nobody. The government now putting it on the road. Nobody having press conference. The yellow machine men died. Because everything that happening, Jeddah, in our own CDC today, you see people protesting the country. You see the Libanian protesting. Why nobody in Nima can protest now to know? $12 million. What they say, Georgia never gave it to you people. They gave it to that country. What happening to the phones? And the reason why because they investigating and the reason why they killed this guy, for the guy to not talk. Liberians, you're opening your eye. We are here now. Some all were never on platform. I'll always tell God, they thank God for the Palaver Hall, honor the Palaver Hall, because why with a relay video. If you want to go to any channel that will preach propaganda, I want to tell my followers, anywhere you people go, you're asking to show video to compare. If they can't show video, don't waste your time. Because Georgia ruled the country for 6 years. Ellie ruled the country for 12 years. Joseph Boakai ruled the country now for 3.5 years. Then we'll compare. Now we'll bring video then also. We'll bring clip then also. And they say the bare roll here, we'll see the roll. Then we'll bring Georgia on a roll. Nothing in here again. Social media there, the internet is there. Georgia Bay Hospital, you can name me hospital. He brought it in a watch. The 14 military hospital, the Bapolu. They want to run in Grand G there. All the hospital there. They wanted a landmark hospital that people don't talk about, the Redemption Hospital. Massive money in the JFK. But you need one hospital now, the Boakai told you people that insurance will be free. Everybody will go to free hospital. The videos are there. They build one hospital here. They were there, Joe was building school. You saw that famous school in Bonkante, where he put a marble stone on the president project. Gafan told you they were building 100 school, public school. That means say so. The finance minister said it. They said they already have the fund, they raise the money donated or given by the international community. How many years now, Liberians? Budawa will say, won't preach propaganda. 100 plus school, Gafan said it. The videos are there. You get all this video. At this, they show all they did not start one school. Let me remind you again. The old Samuel Doe just a complex where he had a blueprint. Joseph Boakai broke ground on the Justice Complex recently. You're finished forgetting? I know how much $1 million, over $20 million. Let me ask you a hard question. Justice Complex. You know what I mean? Let's see what we get a mysterious complex. It's a Justice Complex. They started the building now. So he broke the ground. Your please go there, you please right down there. You see the team finished, they start constructing now. You see, these are the comparisons we would have made. The United Party cannot develop. Honor Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, they let name her project. That's the reason why I say they can develop. They only here to invest some money, wish on people. They're not here for real competition. You are naming Ellen project. I'm waiting your list of project on the last fee. Ellen, the God model of the Unity Party that ruled the country for 12 years, that had billions of dollars coming to a hall from the international partner, the darling of the international world. You're please naming your project. I know how wash 12 years Liberia. She never brought electricity. You remember everybody was using generator in the country until Georgia came along. On the generator repair, then the videos are there, they were crying. They won't get job anymore. You're feeling forgetting because you don't hear the generator that before again. Who they cause Joshua? Ono early techno play or music a song about generator in Nigeria. Generator all of the day in Liberia. You are naming her project. I will name it. I will name some. The airport, the $50 million airport, our new airport. Jowa King and Ale, the VIP lounge. Morley one. The Mysterious Complex, that two. The Japan Freeway, that Ganansville Bell, where Jowa in the other side. She allocated it, she did everything. You know, one thing about all would have recognized people. Now like the Unity Party, they want to take things where they not belong to them. You remember another thing, Liberians? And Unity Party used to say they got a blueprint. NCDC Mason, and we will do the work. You finish forgetting? So everything in the country, they had a blueprint. But they print nothing. The CDC said, no, we're not happy with you. But we will do the work. They made famous song on that album. You're naming, we're talking about Ellen Project now. The executive mansion that he told Liberians, all our young, small, you break it down because another native were in power. I will be in 24 hours. You can remember the videos at the Ellen. She worked at the foreign ministry while the executive mansion was standing there for years and years. Oh no, watch. 12 good years. Who came along to face it to renovate the executive mansion? George Weah came along, renovated the seat of the president. But we had the 200th anniversary. You're feeling forgetting? One smart thing, you cannot play with George. That same George, he invited Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in that same executive mansion she was running from. I think I live in the realm of the spirit. She walked there. Planning a project. They decided to they can't bring electricity in the country. They allocated $3 million a year to renovate the seat of the president, the executive mansion. Joseph Boakai was the president of the Senate. They do nothing. You have to forget since book of concession agreement that today the Freeport of Monrovia being hijacked. When you open, like people won't go there. They don't get no case against the former government. They just lie and you fall for their lies. About video, law video to destroy that narrative. And we will deal with destroying the Western world. I pray for 2 leaders to remain in power, or 3 top leaders I know, or 4. That's a 4. The election coming close to the election with the retain power. Unity Party that history. We will play the scene. You can never see that election. Please, before you come in quick, you know what happened in Seveloon? Our neighboring Seveloon? It will baffle you. You know Malabio now running? You know who held up Malabio party now for them to come to power? That is wife, Fatuma Bio. She's a happiest cake now in Seveloon. As any Seveloonian. Facts. The man made his wife to be head of the party. They crowned the Guinea in Seveloon. The next election, you take my clip and you keep it. Say Jay Sally, Fatuma Bio will win the election. By hope, by crook, they will win the election. She's most powerful now than her husband. I told you something. I told you something that keep coming to pass. Fatima Bio, Mother Bio Wealth. She's the new standard bearer of that party. They don't want for the opposition to come to power. Our election is 2028. Then the next following years is our election. They're doing everything to remain for the whole family to remain power, even as surrogate. You see Africa? You see Africa?
Wow.
It's just about have a flamboyant smart song, for example, that knew the political terrain. It could be just about a replacement. Believe me, within the Unity Party. When I tell you something here, you will lay some video there. Nowadays, where Henry Costa they were lying, they don't playing video here. No. All these sorry getting were lying. Here will relay video. That why the debate is easy for us. You want to argue? Okay, bring your own video. That why I tell the followers, all sedition that's hearing messages around the world. If you don't get platform that can show, everyone go see other platform, they don't show video, you don't waste your time. They get Freedom FM in Monrovia. They get Kiss FM. They get Banner FM. They get Freedom. And they get a Voice of Liberia. 5 top station. AB Wayo, Sekou Sherry, KOK Abu Sherry, and the Bananga. At least you can listen to Julius Jed because he independent, he say as his age. Any platform you guys go on or radio station, Kevin Demine will show video. They're all bald. Kevin Demine is PA agent, all of them. Imagine your print. I want them back for me. You know Kevin that job we are picking? Now they be Kevin Demine. You remember during the rest story? When they were lying, there's no race Liberia on the job. He forced Kevin Demine and said, "Yeah, follow me to the Freeport of Monrovia." What you're saying here? When they stole a massive ton of red, all of them were in shadow. They are all pay agent, pay people. They were spreading that lies and propaganda all of them. Where they are today. That lies is not working there before. So that's why I would tell the followers, if nobody can show video to compare, no. We're showing video now. We are in New York. You're showing video now. And you're showing video when Boakai travel. They would come. Would know. Enemy having 21 cabinet meeting now. 21 cabinet meeting. They say cabinet meeting are part of the project. Cabinet meeting is part of the president project. Every day they having cabinet meeting. Cabinet no result. If you having cabinet meeting, how much money you spending? How much money you spending a day? Now, I'm going to send you a date to just have a cabinet meeting. What a joke. So, some all here now, Prince. I know you're a little bit busy, but you can come in now.
Yeah, thank you. Just
I
a
took all the show.
minute. No, that's good. Thank you so much. Thank you. You did well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it is unfortunate, but but it's sad and it's serious. The LDEA is a whole drugs cartel in Liberia now. I want to start from there. LDEA is a drug cartel. I am saying the LDA is a drug cartel because their behavior are proving to be one. You see, we continue to tell the Liberian people that you have a useless president who has already authorized his subjects, his ministers, his gangsters, that they can do anything. They can corrupt the system. The only thing when they corrupt the system, they will use some of the money there. We have a president who said to his minister, you can sell drugs. But again, when you sell drugs, you don't take the drugs money and carry any place. You use it where in Liberia. You have a president that said to his minister, you can put your hand in bad thing. You just make sure that when you get the money from the bad thing, you spend some in the country here. No, it's not us saying it. That's the words of the president. Today, Liberia has become almost like a public nuisance under this particular president. Look at what is happening. These were the people who said, President Weah, you're not doing nothing. Coach all over the place, coach all over the place, coach all over the place. But under this Joseph Numa Boakai regime, drugs has not changed shift. No, don't believe me. A.B. Kroma had a press conference in which he said it. A.B. Kroma said it. That the drugs now is in different phase, form, and faction. Under the Joseph Numa Boakai government. No, under the Joseph Numa Boakai government, a top official said this. A top official. And then some of people, they drug coming from everywhere. They're coming from Joseph Numa Boakai house. They're coming from the, how you call, the legislator. It's coming from the judiciary branch. No, he said it. It's not others saying it. These were confessions that were made. Now, you will wonder, why is it that the LDEA was able to burst about $19 million, not one, not two, not three, $19 million drug. Up to now, as we speak, the LDEA, they must stay close. According to information that we have gathered, the guy who led that operation, they are saying on compulsory leave. The LDEA officer at the airport, who also was part of that operation to burst the deal, they're saying him on compulsory leave. He's on leave now as I speak to you. They're saying on leave. Who is the government hiding? Oh, that Tata Breka? What are they hiding that they don't want to tell the public? These people that are very sophisticated, so to speak, that's what they said. Joseph Numa Boakai, who said drugs, he will find drugs. Joseph Numa Boakai, who went to take tests in order to show to the world and to the Liberian people that he ready now to fight drug. It will not be easy. Any place see drug, he will jump behind it. Why is Joseph Numa Boakai government hiding the name of the entity that they said they took the drugs from? 19 million drugs, and according to them, the drugs was in Liberia. They take it from Liberia, they were carrying it now to England. So you see under Joseph Numa Boakai how this country has become, my brother. Yesterday they said Liberia was a drug nation. But the last time we could recall, we didn't see Liberia exporting drugs. So now one of Joseph Numa Boakai achievement, that one the rescue mission now, that one the rescue agenda, to be importing drugs from Liberia to another country. Now we got a Babati country, but all the way to England. Can you imagine? $19 million drugs in Liberia. Cocaine for that matter, real hard cocaine. It's not any kind of diluted one, they dilute the person, no, they say real cocaine. Undiluted cocaine. What was that kind of drugs doing in like $19 million drugs? They DEA passing around people's house, they holding people trusted. They say, oh, don't smoke opium, don't do this. Let me say this. I'm against the use of illegal drugs. I'm against it. Because I know how terrible it is. But the Liberian people must understand that, look, the real drug law in that country, the real people who selling the drug, that Joseph Numa Boakai and his children, that the people then who called and said, Yomri Kanga that didn't want. Jeremiah Kun, that didn't want. No, that didn't want selling drugs. Don't believe me. The LDEA boss made that open confession and he was sacked the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought these are people that we're supposed to hold. Say they get the information, they are supposed to give us the information so we can run after the people who doing the drugs business. I thought when somebody come and blow a whistle that the drug coming from here, the drug, we're supposed to call up and say, oh my man, say you say the drugs coming from here, they coming from there, can help us so we can be able to find the drugs. That now the government will say they got to keep things quiet so that they can be able to get the drugs then, or they can be able to get the people. When they were sacking people, no. Let's play a video here for our audience. Let's play a video here so our people can see it.
The issue of accusing people on this drug thing, there's a reason for that. Because even in the society from all sectors, I would say openly here, from the executive, the first person government, and to the judiciary, you go in the sector, you first of all involved.
The whole country that drugs country.
The reason is simple. Drug is a lucrative business, so everyone.
Wow.
Here is the former, that man was sacked by Joseph Numa Boakai. Then you are saying it. Look, we said it from the beginning. Joseph Numa Boakai family, that drugs family done it. They saw in serial drug business. That picking is so. That is a serial drug man that boy trading in our country. Look, the boy, and the thing about it is that when he gets to know that anybody wants to bring it, want to take all the business, he will use the LDA people to go after that particular person while he carrying a own D. That $19 million drugs, the Boakais are aware of it 100%. That's why you see LDA don't want to call name. That's why you see
Let me ask you. Pray, let me put you on the spot. You are a security man. Listen, it's a 19 million. And small. This will be an African hairline, West Africa hairline. Let me ask you, man. You saw this guy. The people were marching this video. No to drugs. A prince. And then next week, it didn't show nobody, and they cover this thing. What the opposition should do to you? What did you do?
My brother,
For your own point. For your own point.
You have to ask me about opposition and the issue of this protest.
When they cover everything, nobody arrest. They busted the drug, but who responsible for the drug? They showing nobody. How can what kind of country will arrest for $19 million drugs? The international community want to know. They want to know. So like there's a drug hub now that never be scared to invest our money in the country. Because please, I say you something. Any country that get drugs, your hub for drugs, two things will happen. Guns will never move from that country. Let me tell you, look at Haiti, look at all the places that get drugs. Guinea-Bissau, all these places, the drugs law, the untouchable government, they control the government because why? The drugs trade is a multi-trillion-dollar business around the world. If Liberians are hot for drugs, then what investor will go gamble and sell in the country? Anybody can eliminate them. Then Liberia will be like a home country. Drugs in every nation of what to crack down drugs, you publicize these people. You bring them to boat. Even the Great Colombia, when they catch massive drugs, they don't bring these people for on video. They don't parade in Colombia, places like Colombia. Colombia, when they were just happening in the war, they don't parade people there. Escobar, they all the drug that drugs law, then they don't crack down on them, they don't kill them, they don't bring them to book, they don't parade them. Why the government of this country will have these people? We have why the executive branch, then why the opposition will not, why the women in our protesting with their children and not to just. But tomorrow or next week, they should protest in the country to tell back up the DEA now. You beating our children there, but we won't know who brought it. Nothing made up job.
You know, I want to read something.
You need to take this into the international community as fast. It must travel. It must travel.
I want to read something here for the audience. I want to read something here for the audience. When we tell the Liberian people that Joseph, in fact, when the Reverend said Joseph Numa Boakai is confused, or people, oh, this, that, other thing. But I will add it there that this man is a pathological crook in a 419er. Joseph Numa Boakai has never been serious when it comes to protecting the Liberian people. He has not been serious on anything. The only thing that Joseph Numa Boakai is serious on is on stealing and on enriching himself. Traveling here, there, Yana. That's all he has been serious on. And sleeping business. He's serious on it. But when it comes to the protection of the Liberian people, anything that Boakai say, that vla. I don't want you to believe it. I want to read here President Boakai announcement, his declaration, his policy statement on drugs. If Joseph Numa Boakai was serious, the arrest of the 19 million, but now, according to Joseph Numa Boakai, he said drugs. They declare it an emergency. It's a state of emergency. But now, people will be in jail. Oh, they finish ransacking area. If Joseph Numa Boakai was serious, but don't believe it. Let me read this particular stuff here from Joseph Numa Boakai. Let me read it to tell you that these people are crook. It said Boakai announces tough anti-measures, declaring drug national public health emergency. Executive Mansion, Monrovia. The president of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, has announced a series of critical measures aimed at combating the plague of substance abuse and drug addiction in the country. President Boakai declared the proliferation of drugs and substance abuse as national health emergency as further his government's commitment to swiftly and decisively nip the problem in the bud. According to him, he made a commitment that my government will swiftly and decisively nip this particular problem in the bud. Let's go ahead. Delivering his annual message Monday, barely a week after assuming office, President Boakai said the drugs epidemic, especially the use of coach, which has affected dozens of young Liberians, poses existential threat to their future on one hand and the country on the other. The president rallied Liberians to stand up and face the menace, which he described as national security risks. As further manifestation of his government commitment to combating the drugs crisis, he has announced the establishment of a steering committee comprising Ministry of Health as chair, Ministry of Justice as co-chair, with Minister of Youth and Sports, Minister of Gender and Social Protection, Nigeria Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning as members. If you want to go further to go read that, let's just on it. The president also disclosed that government officials will be rallied to do their drugs test, starting with him and his vice president. He weighed in on the education system, which he said has seen a downward spiral. Okay, let's forget about this. Now, my brother Jake, look at this particular information coming from the executive mansion. Joseph Numa Boakai is setting drug task force, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Gender Social Protection, Ministry of Justice, that other one. Where are we now? Is there any seriousness attached to this?
You know what? I don't want for CDC to take this lightly or the opposition. Let's tell the CDC. You know why? They must flag it to the international panel. The videos are there. You know what? Because the same guy lied. They lie in the corridor that George Weah was breaking in drugs.
Sure.
So the former president lead a peaceful nation. No, we know you peaceful. Flag, if they can parade, they shouldn't lie on nobody. They cannot bring the real people to justice and then cover this up and put it on the road. The same thing they doing to the border today. Nobody get the honesty concerning our border. Why do we on the border? CDC with a surrogate, they need to announce it's a 19 million. Flaky, do the same dirty job they were doing to you. That's what I'm saying. The president will not say because of they lie on you. They change government because of all these lies. Then they busted a $19 million judge. You were in New York.
The whole country silence.
The whole world and somewhere in America now. Leaders upon leaders are going for the World Cup. Capital business people. Capital law. He said, gentlemen, I want to meet you. Capital leaders, look at this. These people lie on me. They busted a $19 million job to go ahead land. They didn't parade nobody. So the government is in bed. That's a game plan. That's a game. But who then surrounding the president, not in the president reality, the former president reality? You think a photo of something they're going to do in America or whatsoever? Please, I'll be honest to you. Please, if you now start holding 3 more years plus, 2.5 more years, we're in the middle. Next month, Kajula. We're holding, the people you need to store these people. They shouldn't get away with nothing no more. You're getting 3 years grace period. The people bring the capital building. People children stay in jail. Please, it could be anybody's family for nothing. They get their own speaker. Everything going on, but they gotta stay in jail for what reason? For what reason? But they do nothing. You're bringing the evidence. The president, listen, the United Parties are being backed both for the Western war. The people spend millions of dollars concerning our peace. Millions of dollars, billions of dollars to restore that peace today. The President Trump, he cracked down on the rule of law. Everything, take your position. Everything. Now you're letting the thing to slide down. What the people do? They see their job. They want to surrogate. Nobody on social media to say no. But these are everything that is happening today. That evidence, that videos, everything now. Pray. That's what I'm saying. So, all the people that they in top places, they showing you the video today. Oh, please. The United Party, if they didn't display the people, the whole Liberia, they sort of wake up on these people now. They say, but now you're lying. How can you get 19 million? We know. All the women and children were taking drugs in the country, whosoever. Any parade in the country say no to drugs, were wearing t-shirts.
Sure.
Black t-shirt wear. So 19 million in the country, is there the drug coming from Liberia?
It's coming from Liberia. That's the thing that's even scary, my brother. That's what is even scary. 19 million coming from Liberia is going to England. Imagine. It's coming from Liberia, it's going to
if they get parade, it's not about peace. It's not about we love this. It's about a drugs business now. The president wore t-shirt. Say no to drugs. Here's West Khartoum.
Yeah.
The wore t-shirt. Nobody can were wearing t-shirt. Everybody in the country were wearing t-shirt. Let's see, let's show them. Now, 19 million, they busted it. Nobody won't talk. They might not lie. No opposition.
You must understand that what is in the country is even terrible. Because if we can start taking drugs from in Liberia now, send it to England, then it's terrible. Imagine what is there.
But we'll be there Nigeria, we'll be there Nigeria, Colombia.
Imagine, that's why we say, this country is retrogressing under Joseph Numa Boakai. It's retrogressing. The country is becoming terrible and dangerous. The reputation of Liberia is becoming terrible and dangerous under Joseph Numa Boakai. We said it, and you guys didn't believe it. Or you think Boakai will do anything?
Yeah, I'm watching the whole CDC hierarchy. I'll be honest to you. It is not a party. Them parade people for now on the Wednesday, they put it on the raw, and CDC let the thing slide. They contact the international community, the partners there, they're not in newspaper in the Western world here, Prince, I will not believe it. I'll be honest with you.
Let me play this track. Look, let's just play the bass of
Is the draws here? Prince, is this the draw? Prince, is this the draws?
Yeah, that's the drums.
What are showing the people? Yeah, but who they got busted the draws?
I said the men on compulsory leave, they send the guy on leave. Why they saying on leave, nobody knows. Then the government is step late. Government cannot name those that are involved. The details.
You got a video. They show nobody. Bring the people already. Maybe the person left the country already. The people left the country.
19,226. Approximately $3,652 was destined for export via Brussels Airlines. This seizure represents one of the most significant captive intersections in recent times and demonstrates the effectiveness of the ongoing reform, intelligence-driven operations, and strengthening interagency cooperation within Liberia security sector.
Yeah, turn in our favor.
Investigations are actively underway, and personal interests are being identified. The LDA remains fully committed to ensuring that every individual
these idiots that are supposed to be displaying people, the person said who even carried the passport, they're supposed to be in handcuffs while they're having the press conference. But they ain't got time. They ain't got time.
They say the
people in the community. See, they're running. They are running behind the victims. But
they were official in the CDC. Trying to the parade person.
My brother, they want that Joseph Newman Boakai's son. They want from Joseph Newman Boakai's house. So imagine the guy who left.
Wait, on Brussels Airline?
They sent him on leave.
On Brussels Airline?
Yes.
The Brussels one lady?
My brother.
Oh, but now I complain. But now can we complain to Brussels Airline?
Man.
They spoiling.
Imagine what is happening. Imagine what is happening under this government. It's terrible. Now you can see. Look, we said it from the beginning. But you remember Perry Dolo?
But they just bowl a plane or about to bowl a plane.
My brother, the team were on a plane. They post some on a plane.
But then we're gonna be riding people there, now to go to Brussels, and we say, wait, y'all take just my what country? Oh, but the Brussels need come in sport. Oh, but we can start tweet. I can go on Twitter now. I can go on Twitter to tweet. That's a Brussels airline are just plain.
My brother.
So now see that.
But the thing is, these people are fully aware. This is within the executive. This within the legislative branch.
Yeah.
That
19 million. Yeah, they know it.
As you can see, not kekele.
Yeah, kekele.
Joseph Newman Boakai horse is aware of this. 19 million that we're talking about here. 19 million. We're talking about 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. That 19 million we're talking about.
Wow.
But my brother Jake, I think time has caught up with us.
Yeah.
We'll be here tomorrow. Thank you so much for holding in.
Okay.
Thank you. Different things going on. Busy at the same time. But I want to say thanks. In a special way, I want to say thanks to all of our people who have been here with us. Hopefully, by tomorrow, we're going to have our regular segment. So until we meet again, my people, thank you very much.
Yeah, Baba, you have to share this video. You share it, Baba.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.